She did not want to come off stage. She's not actually done a show for 9 months. So yeah, she's not been on stage since September. This is her first thing.
My view is that the government has been caught off guard by everything that's happening. They should have foreseen this. They should have been prepared, and that's why I'm asking them to take up our cheap power plan. It should save families about £200 a year, and it's cutting the VAT off bills for the next 3 years. We've explained to the government how they can fund that, and it's also scrapping the unnecessary green taxes which they've put on bills. It'll be a lot better for them to get the money by drilling oil and gas in the North Sea and using those revenues to cover the costs. And of course, the government needs to stop the planned rise in fuel duty in September. With everything that's going on, the last thing the government needs is to increase the cost of living for hardworking families.
And you've called for with that.
If you want to decouple gas from energy prices, you need to have a fully renewable system today. That's not something that is possible right now. So instead of all of this fantasy thinking, what Ed Miliband needs to do is let oil and gas be used to support the transition. I was on an oil rig in Aberdeen yesterday, and they've all said that they're not getting enough money from the renewables industry and that they need oil and gas to actually help to transition to renewables. This is something that Ed Miliband seems to not understand. If you want a transition, you actually have to transition. You can't just stop the oil and gas and then hope that renewables make up the difference. The fact is that when wind is not blowing, the renewables don't work, and then we rely on gas. So what Ed Miliband needs to do is to drill our own oil and gas in the North Sea today. If he did that, we could have the gas heating 1.6 million homes before the winter. That's a sensible plan that will work in the short, medium and long term. We need to drill our oil and gas for our financial security, our energy security and our national security. Well, it looks like the plan that the government had to smash the gangs is simply not working. They had a one-in, one-out deal that saw lots of people coming into our country and not very many leaving. What I want to see the government doing is be honest about the problem. We cannot solve the small boats crisis without leaving the ECHR. That is why I have said that at the next election, the Conservative Party will have a plan, a borders plan that includes leaving the ECHR, ending immigration tribunals as they stand today, and working with our European partners and others to sort this problem. It's not something that we can do on our own. This is yet another scandal that the BBC has to contend with. It is a large and complex organisation, and I think that this is one of the things that the new Director General is going to need to get to grips with.